Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Forex forecast for the week ending November 27th, 2020. I'm TraderBart and this week I'll be looking at EURUSD, AUDUSD, AUDCHF and XAUUSD. Just a quick disclaimer, this video is for educational and informational purposes only. This video should not be construed as financial advice regarding the purchase or sale of any financial instrument of any kind. For the full disclaimer, please head to my website, link below. So going into our first pair, looking at EURUSD on the 4-hour time frame, we can see this pair is forming an ascending triangle pattern with resistance at 1.19. Price is moving along the trend line nicely, and I'm expecting a possible bullish breakout. I would look to enter either at the trend line here, or once we have a clear breakout, I would look to enter on the retest once there are clear price action confirmations of a continued rejection. Once the breakout is successful, switching to the daily time frame, I would look for possible targets at 1.21 over here. Additionally, I shared in my private Discord that reputable sources such as Credit Suisse, Goldman Sachs and Credit Agricole are all expecting EURUSD to pick up bullish momentum and are all looking for targets around 1.20 or 1.22 and 1.25. However, switching to the monthly time frame and looking at a seller's perspective, price has now reached the descending channel's resistance, and with all the recent coronavirus vaccine news causing USD strength, this could cause considerable drops in this pair, opening up targets at 1.15 or lower. So looking at AUDUSD on the daily time frame, price has formed a descending triangle pattern but broke out in the reverse direction to the upside. Continuing on from last week's analysis on this pair, price is consolidating between these two levels, holding support at 0.722 and resistance at 0.733. I'm expecting price to make a continued bullish move to the upside, breaking through the resistance and completing this pattern. Something I am aiming to teach in my Forex course, linked below by the way, for absolutely free, is that as retail traders, instead of trading as average retail traders, when we obtain information from reliable sources, like what direction investment banks are heading, it will improve our chances of staying on the right side of the market rather than getting caught off guard. I shared in my private Discord that Credit Suisse is long on AUDUSD with entries around 0.72 and looking for targets around 0.75. If we do see a break of this resistance at 0.73, we could easily hop on this train and potentially catch this whole move. Additionally, as we know, there is a lot of positive vaccine news rolling out, causing enormous strength in the USD. We are expecting more to be coming up, like EUA approvals, funding approvals, and much more. We could easily see this pair shoot up. So looking at AUDCHF, price is now forming a descending channel after a sharp bullish impulsive move to the upside. Last week we saw price close at the resistance of the channel, however we're still yet to see a second or even a third touch of the support of the channel. This means we could still take some short positions as price creates the second and third touch, which forms the overall bullish flag pattern. Once we see price reach this support, that's when we could go long until we see price complete this pattern. This of course comes after successive price action confirmations of a rejection. However, if we see price break out now, I would look for a clear retest of the channel's resistance, then waiting for rejections to go long. Also, looking at the daily chart, we will notice that price has been staying below this resistance at 0.67. So a break of this resistance could open up targets at 0.685 and 0.70. And finally, looking at gold, we have a clear descending triangle pattern with major support at 1860. As expected last week, we had more positive vaccine news come out, with the pharmaceutical company Moderna with a 94.5% effective vaccine, and then the next day Pfizer and BioNTech coming out with a 95% effective vaccine. This of course led to huge strength in the US currency because more and more people are being hopeful for an escape out of this pandemic. Also, private sources state that Pfizer is in regular communications with Biden's COVID team. I still keep the same consensus that gold will absolutely just shoot down and at the same time complete this descending triangle pattern. Once we see price clearly break this support here, this does in fact open up targets at monthly levels such as 1750, 1560 and 1440. But yeah guys, that's all for this week. Remember, VIP members will be informed when I take any of the trades mentioned in this video. If you want to join, the link's in the description. You can also get free access by signing up with a partnered broker. Of course, more info is in the description. Please support and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll hopefully catch you guys next week.